What's up? 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 How y'all doing? Happy SW Podcast Wednesday. Welcome. I'm glad that y'all are here and partaking and participating in a brand new show. I hope that y'all have been having a great week. Oh my goodness, my family in this group chat is hilarious. I hope that y'all having a great week, and I hope that that everybody is getting through it without any issues. They happy, just all the good positive things that could be happening for you in your week. We're gonna jump into the show today. Today's show is Are You Dating in Your League? In our first part of the show, we always, of course, do the quote of the day. So we're gonna start off with that. My eyes, I got something in it. I've been trying to get it out for the minute longest. Um, but the quote is, "Be the person everyone wants, not the person everyone had." Author unknown. So that's a very strong statement. That's a very strong statement, y'all. Like, be the person everyone had once, not the person everyone had. It's big because not a whole lot of people can say that, but it's also something that makes people who can't say that they try to start reconsidering why they can't say that, and it makes you go in deep thought, makes you think about why you can't fit into that scenario. So, but for you, if you can, you can. This is your time to just be like, I feel good about that. I'm the person that people want, but I'm not the person that everyone had. So that's a good thing. It's a positive thing. Don't ever question it. You don't need nobody to try to enforce that rule of making you think that is not. You should be out here hanging out. I'm outside. Your outside can be different from the outside. So it's good. It's good. So we're gonna take it from that perspective, okay? Of the good things that come along with that. Sorry about that. Um. So yeah, that's gonna be one. That's one good takeaway from that scenario is that if you are the person everyone wants, not the person everyone had, it's a positive reinforcement in your own life. It's a positive gateway to becoming greater. Because for one, in that dating role, it's very, very evident that people will go through certain links to get who they want, certain links to get what they want. But also it's also evident that people will also fall off and give up a little easier too. So people paying attention, they be trying to make sure that the levels that you throwing out there and that you showing them is something either they can maneuver around or something they can respect. Because people gonna try to, whatever their agenda is, you're gonna tell by how they move. All right, you're definitely gonna tell by how they move. So if somebody is after you for potential reasons, you'll feel it. If somebody is after you because they just feel like they're addicted to your, or they're attracted to your physical side, you're gonna know. You're definitely gonna know. They can't hide it. They cannot hide it. They definitely can't hide it. But what's up, everybody? Welcome to another Wednesday. It's Wednesday, May 29th. We are almost at the end of May, y'all, and we are good and deep into tourist season. We are into it. Oh, goodness, them tourists are something else. Anybody got any experiences in here with any tourists that they want to talk about? Anybody got any experiences that they want to throw out and talk about when it comes to those tourists? Shells from the boat. Oh, E, you still out there? Y'all be safe out there. Enjoy yourselves. I'm glad that you enjoy yourself. He's popping in and speaking from the boat. All right, E. Yes, sir. But happy tourist season. Um, so again, today's show is about, are you dating in your league? And as you saw with the quote today said that be the person everyone wants, not the person everyone had. That already let you know what type of stature or what type of person you should be either dating with or even giving the time of the day. Okay? Because based on what you put in off is going to be kind of some of the stuff you receive. Now, even out of the stuff that you receive, you're gonna receive some things that are like full of bullshit. You're gonna receive some things that's just like, what did I do? You will say that. But those just be little minor tests just to make sure that you're paying attention and that you're not just easy to fall into a trap, and make sure that you're okay with what's coming in your direction. You know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? You're not frigid, freezing up, or any of that. So here are reasons. When people say dating in your league or even outside of your league, they're usually basing this notion on attraction. And they are. Like, because people's first feature of you or their first look at you is normally based on your attraction. Like, they probably haven't had a conversation with you or anything, and they already like, dang. You know what I'm saying? Like, but all they saw was all they encountered or all they saw was your physicality. So when people respond to how they think you are as from what they see on that level, it makes them less, no, it don't make them one of the finer qualities to go out and pursue. It doesn't. It just seems like, because what, you know what I'm saying? It's just different. But when because I don't get that. I just be feeling like, damn, are they paying attention? You know what I'm saying? But also, physicality is just a small measure, because a person is if you end up falling in love with this person and y'all end up spending a lifetime together, that person ain't gonna always look like that. So you got to be willing and open to change, and change within your person and within yourself. But here's some reasons we think someone can be out of our league. This is things that people have stated is reasons why they feel like a male or a female are out of their league. And it's been proven that these are a lot of the reasons why people either date below their means or date up or down. And sometimes we try to act like, oh, we don't know what that means. Oh, we know what that means. We know what that mean. We know what that mean. We know what dating up or down mean. We know that if you've already experienced certain things in life, and then you're giving yourself the opportunity to deal with somebody now based on some BS, and you know that you just accepting something and you just dealing with something, then you know that you're probably dating out of your league, because y'all probably have very, very little in common. And when you with your very, very little in common, you probably not even happy with the situation. So you do have to determine that. You do have to determine that. Okay. So here are some reasons we think people can be out of our league. And this is just what people have said, that they feel like these are things that, these are things that I feel are reasons why people feel like a person is making them date out of their league. Hello, everybody, to all the people who just popped in. What's happening? What's happening? Happy Podcast Wednesday, y'all. And the show again is about dating out in your league or out of your league. Okay. The first reason is media. Social media and propaganda have a huge hold on how people date. A huge hold. People are bombarded with images of ideal couples. Typically, they are well matched in terms of looks, social status, and other metrics. And that's subtly implying that we should also aim for such perfect alignments. Can you really do that? Can you really do that? That arm scared me. Oh, on the TV. it, can you really can you really put the social can you really put the media to the side when it comes to actually building a relationship? or will you be looking for acceptance from social media? And posting a picture of you and your partner is okay, but posting y'all every detail, y'all every life, everything that's going on with y'all, that's probably a little over the top. And then people are going to see that, and they're going to start to either find a way to tear it apart or try to see if it's real. You know, people don't have any idea what another person's objective is. You can have some of the most innocent conversations, and somebody go flip those innocent conversations into bigger things. So your communication with people isn't always going to be, may not always leave in the same hindsight that you think you left it in. It may not. So you do have to go back and double check sometimes to make sure people that you was just talking to okay with what you said, because or in that very moment ask, because next thing you know, you hear that you done said something wrong, you done did this or did that, and all y'all had was a conversation. That's it, just a conversation. So you definitely have to be careful of the status and the media, perpetrators of what they feel like your life should be like. And that's what they meant by the media portion. People will go from movies and magazines and all those different things of what the ideal couple should look like. And now you starting to mimic. It's so many people that start to try to mimic their own lives around what they see on the cover of magazines, what they see with other people. They don't have any, because they've never learned themselves, and they have zero idea of who they should be trying to portray or who they should be trying to emulate. Instead of doing themselves, worrying about themselves, growing into themselves, they're trying to put a person that they can grow into. You can't be that person. That's that person. That's insane. Actually, I don't know. That's insane to me. Another reason why people feel like they not their league is because of this is another example of what it feels like to date out of your league, or to feel the pressure of dating out of your league. Another driving force is societal norms. Every culture has its own set of unwritten rules when it comes to dating and relationships. These can range from educational backgrounds to financial stability, and many people feel the pressure to conform to those expectations. So now you looking, because your family, your dad married your mom and she was a college graduate, and your dad was this billionaire from his dad, and they mesh. They want you to go find somebody that has some of the same qualities of the person that they met, somebody who has a college degree, somebody who's in their own field, and then probably somebody that can bring help to the business. That's conforming to societal forms. And we know that millennials and the Gen Z generation are not conforming. They're doing things that they want to do. So I don't know. That's gonna be a tough one for me, for anybody to think that you just gonna get in somebody's face and tell them what you want from them, and there's no backlash. I'm just saying. The element of past experiences, rejections, heartbreaks, and failures can add layers to this self-imposed barrier, making it even more difficult to break free. It's important to note that the past experiences should inform us, not limit us. And that's huge, because when you're trying to move forward and date and be with people that you want to be with, and try to date out this in this direction, you are limited because you're thinking about your past experiences. Your past experiences have you very, very nervous about how far you want to go with this person. Like seriously, you sitting there thinking to yourself, like, I don't know, they might be a serial killer, but you have no knowledge. You haven't, even in your studying of the person, you haven't seen any signs, but you can actually feel it sometimes. So your past experiences have you very, very in a shell sometime when it comes to dating. And that's going to either be dating in your league or out your league. But if you have decided that you want to try something new and you want to date people on a different level as you, that's when you're talking about that's when you're talking about, to me, when you're talking about dating in and out of your league. Because if you have to do any type of change to who you are to try to fit into any circumstance, then you are definitely dating out of your league. You're definitely dating out of your league. You should be able to go into any surrounding and be you. And because more than none, the people are going to want to deal with you versus dealing with, like, the thought of you. They'll want to deal with you. If you're showing who you are, they want to see who you are. If you told them that you like this, they want to see that. Like, but don't be this conservative person to the point where you have alienated yourself from being able to get into certain surroundings and just being able to have a good time. All right. So your past experiences are a reason behind that. They're saying that if you, because you've been heartbroken, you've been thrown to the side, you've been about ready to give up on love, that you don't care about what it feels like to move on, but you'll go out and date. He said, "Don't be bougie." What's bougie? I think that word is kind of loosely used with a few people. What would be bougie in that situation? Um, but yeah. D said, "Love don't live here anymore." Oh my goodness, D. No, no, no. We can't have that. We can't have that. Definitely no. Okay, we're gonna change that mindset. Change your mindset. Change everything. Finally, there's the human instinct to aspire, whether it be job, your home, your relationships. We have a natural tendency to aim higher, and sometimes that involves classify people into leagues. Okay, the league thing. He telling me what bougie is. I think thinking you too good for the hood. Ooh, so bougie only matters when it comes to the hood. Are you saying that white people can't be bougie with Iranian people, and Iranian people can't be bougie with Asians? Because that's that thinking you too good for the hood. So does that mean that bougie only applies to the black culture? Oh my goodness, yes. Answer that for me. All right. Date in and out of your league. What makes a person below your who you are for you to be saying that you can't date them? Examples, please. Drop in the chat what you feel is a reason why a person can be out of your league. And it's going to vary by relationship though. Let me point that out. Um in certain relationships, you'll see how a person is that will make you feel like, "Dang, this is either for me or not for me." You'll see it. But I want to know what you saw that made you feel that a person is out of your league. It could be whoever. There's hoods everywhere. Well, thank you for correcting me, because I was waiting for you to say that, because it is. It's definitely hoods everywhere. They may be different hoods, but it's definitely hoods everywhere. Um, yeah, so give me an example of what you've seen, what you've done, or what you've seen that has made you feel like you're dating or have dated outside of your league. Yes, I definitely like to know that. And the reason why is because we want to know, if I already said that dating out of your league is usually based on the notion of attraction. If you see a person and just because she's well built, statue up, man, look good, groomed, completely groomed, smelling good, looking good, you could just tell that everything about this man or this woman, the aura would be perfect. But does that mean it's going to be perfect with you? So when you've tried to experience someone different, what did that experience bring to you? What did it bring? When you still have childish behavior and she's a grown woman in career mode. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I'm about to just be on the old man said he about to be just on the old trick. Oh my God, I can't deal with it. Not today, D. We try to be serious over here. Bare minimum just to get by. Bare minimum, Don. Slam it around, speak it, throw it up, toss it, rub it down. The bare minimum. That barely get if you giving bare minimum, you're probably gonna be receiving bare minimum. Telling you. She was bad, bad. She was bad, bad. So that would be something that gives you a reason to think that somebody was out of your league because she was too bad. Or not in your league because they was giving bare minimum just to get by. Jada says that bad mindset, no head on their shoulders. Okay. That's a good responses. Those are good responses to somebody not being on your league too. Up here, they don't deserve you. So you have a lot of things that are going to be counteractive to what you think is in and out of your league. On all levels, you got a lot of things. You're gonna have things as if you're gonna have time, you're gonna have money, looks, dressing, career, how you live, how you take care of your body. It's gonna be a lot of things that people are going to be paying attention to when it comes to whether or not you're in their league. Now, the above and beyond of those is employment, what type you got, housing, what type you got. Because people use those two top standards to base who they should be dating. They do that. They base, they will say, they would base those two standards, a person's vehicle and a person, how a person live and how a person work. Those are two of the strongest standards when it comes to trying to decide if a person is above your league or under your league. If that person, if you making $50,000 a year and that person making $100,000 a year, you may think that person is above your league, but that's somebody you should be going for. That's what they're gonna be thinking. Oh, I should be going for him or her. Why would I not? If you making that's budget wise. Now you have that person has their own house, own car. It's above minimum. Those things are reasons why people decide whether or not you are approachable. Listen to me when I say this. People will use what you have to determine if you're approachable. They are. They're gonna base that upon. They're gonna be like, man, I don't know. Mm-mm. She might be too bougie. He might be too bougie. Definitely. You don't know where to start with certain people, but what you do when you watching and trying to learn what's going on, you almost about like, damn, you at a loss yourself because they're showing you this side, but they're posting like they're down to earth people and all of that, but you haven't been able to see that because guess what? You're watching from afar. So we don't know if that person is bougie. We don't know what that person got going on until we start figuring that person out. So I will say that I think that you got to give people a chance before you do give them a label. Um, but to paraphrase that, if you are, I don't know, I'm trying to think if, okay, so we just got some responses on what can make a person out of your league. Bad mindset, no head on their shoulders. Bad. That's a and also bare minimum and just to get by. What are additional things that you think that will make a person not? That's somebody to me. That sounds like somebody who not in your league. But as far as somebody who have you ever dated somebody or been around somebody you felt like they were out of your league? Have you felt like you dated up? Do you feel like you've dated down? Like, how do you feel about that? Like, because that's where it goes, is that if you've done that before, what have your next few relationships been like? Have they been up still, or are they going downhill? He said he married up. Okay, then, gangster. I love it, E. I love it. You married up. That's right. That's right. And that's not, and if he feels that way, that's all that matters. Because it wouldn't be something that has to be to have a discussion about. Because, people like, well, how you feel like you married her? Just because? No, don't tell me nothing about just because. If I said it, there's a reason for it. And I know what that reason is. All right. Mm. So when you're trying to deal with somebody who you feel might be a little bit out of your league, you want to try to reposition yourself to start thinking differently, because that's what you got to do when you go on to fake the phone. And I feel like that's what a lot of dating out of your league is. You faking the phone. You're not allowing yourself to know this person for who they are. You're not allowing that person to get to know you for who you are. There's a lot of backwards and forward of not having any full relationship, because y'all coming around. You probably barely spending more than 2 to 3 hours out of the day together, and then you're on your journey. That type of person. So you got to be careful on how people give you their time and their energy, so that you can help get that understanding of who you're dealing with. Okay. So here we're gonna talk about a couple of things that stop um keep you from feeling outcast and outclassed. Because I I hated to even I wrote this down because I had read an article a couple weeks ago about a young lady who said she felt like um her husband, who had passed away, was better for better to like the best to the thing world to her, and she couldn't have one single complaint on him, and da 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 da. And I'm looking at him like, okay, so they've been married like 4 or 5 years, right? And they got one child. And you have like he ended up passing away, but her responses to certain things was like, he wanted this, he wanted that, and um he did this, he did that. Everything that he was saying had something to do in like Hillman type status, or like Yale or Harvard. Everything she was saying that he wanted to do, and she was like, but we didn't have money or time to do all of that, so we just would do certain things when they, when he came home. And I'm thinking to myself, like, time. And she, in that article, she was just like, I really feel like with this man I married up. I feel like I married out of my league. I wasn't deserving. I didn't, there were things about him that I shouldn't have even got to experience because I didn't deserve it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, that is some deep shit, because you don't even feel like you deserved that man, but y'all had a child and life together, and you don't even feel like you deserved him. So it said a lot about her story and her and what they were going through. But here nor there, if you feel like you're dating up, and you're getting something out of that situation, keep doing that dating. Don't let anyone change you. I don't think that this conversation is about that. I just want people to understand and see that there is a variance to what it is to have a relationship that is based on whether or not you're equal to me or not, or whether we don't even got to have that conversation, because I'm gonna treat you any type of way, or the way I'm supposed to treat you, regardless of where you think my stature is. And I think that's what this is about. Like, just because a person has more than you, has experienced more than you, has done more than you, unless you don't understand the basic the complementary things that life has to offer you, and if you don't understand any of those things, and you get into this relationship and that person is doing all of those things, you don't understand it. That's pretty much saying that that's what they're worried about, is that you won't even understand the basic things. And that's what make people feel like they're dating down. These are the things that make them feel like they're dating up. I don't have to say anything. I don't have to, I can breathe and it's done. I can do this and it's done. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that make a person feel like they're dating up. But if you're not doing those things, that you're gonna be having those feel like where you question it, because people are really grass is greener on the other side type people. So if they see Cheyenne and Quincy and he doing all this and they doing all that, and then this thing, you know, they're not having that, but they want to mimic what they think is going on over there with Cheyenne and Quincy, right? And then they still don't see a change because it's not about the outer appearance. People have dug deeper than that at that time. You cannot have that. You cannot fall in love with someone based on outer appearance or just attraction. Because for one, we've already discussed the body ain't always going to be bodying. But while you have it, cool. But you still have to be knowledgeable and mindful to other things. Other things going on, baby. I don't care what you want to think. It's other shit happening. You can't come in and think you a 10 just because you got the body, my nigga. You cannot do it. Because now we had, as soon as you open your mouth, okay, you got the body, but now you open your mouth, you might have messed up teeth. Or now you open your mouth, the conversation that comes out ain't adding up. 2 plus 2 ain't 4 over there. 2 plus 2 over there is 6 because she's silly or he's silly or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting that vibe that you wanted to get. So now you're trying to figure out how to get out of there. You ain't getting that vibe. So you got to find a way to comb through, see how people are, and then decipher information. Certain things are not for a person to know on a first date. Oh, it's just not. Mm-mm. Certain things are just not for a person to know on the first date. I'm sorry. If you, whatever you got going on, you ain't got to tell people your personal stuff on the first date. Never. You need to really try to warm up to who you're dealing with, what you got going on with that person or whatever. But too much sometimes can be too much. You go ahead and push that person off. That's why self-awareness is big. You got to already, when you walk into these situations when you want to date people that's out of your league, because they do have steps to date people who are out of your league now. It's insane. But that I'm gonna do that one first, actually, because they do have those steps. It's ways to date people. What's up, Kale? There's ways to date people that are out of your league. You know, you gotta, for one, know how to hype yourself up, because they ain't gonna be doing no hyping. Everything that they want coming from them. She said that shit scared her away. For real. But you gotta be like, if you date out of your league, you gotta be willing to know that the spotlight is not gonna be yours. They are too demanding. So you gotta know how to hype yourself up. You gotta be your own personal hype man. If you're gonna decide to date out of your league, you definitely got to be your own personal hype man. Really. Okay. You gotta, and the reason why is because you gotta remember that a person swipe right or left to agree to this date because they saw something worthwhile in you. So maybe they think that you're gonna be their hype person, or maybe they're trying to figure out if you're gonna be somebody that's worth dating. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be willing to know that the spotlight will not be shared. If they're there, you will not be the spotlight. You got to shift your focus in a situation when you're dealing with somebody who is of higher caliber than you. You got to. So that means that you got to have conversations with people who you love and have role play conversations where, um, what would you tell your friend in a situation where their person is not for them because you seen this, because you seen that. So now you got to act it out and believe what you, because, okay, so, and that mean, that just really mean that, like, when you know that you can have a conversation with somebody serious to you, and you trying to figure out how that conversation is going to go. So you're thinking, and you're having a role play conversation out loud. Mom, but I don't know. Mom, here go mom. But you know, you had to know, because I told you don't do it that way. I told you how to do it and how to handle it. But mom, at that very moment, I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking about making sure I ain't tip your car. Junior, listen, you can't do it like that. I'm da, 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 da. So knowledgeable, very knowledgeable. Is ways in that role playing can help you and keep you from wasting your time with people, because if that person is above your league, you trying to go above and beyond. But if a person is under your league, well, when you date somebody who less than your league, what's your purpose? Are you doing it because you're trying to take advantage of them? You want something from that situation that you can't get from somebody who above your league or in your league? Because more than likely you want to date somebody that's in your league. But if you are looking for a certain type of comfortability in life, a certain type of come up, you're gonna go above your league. If not, you're gonna date in your league. If not, you're gonna date below your league. So you gotta be willing to understand and accept what you doing, what you doing. You got to. I'm literally sitting up there thinking to myself, like, what can a person show you that you, and it's signs. You gotta stop ignoring the signs, but the signs are there when a person isn't for you or in your league or in your category. The signs are there. So either you're gonna be dating in your league. We want to try to make this thing more effective to where you're dating in your league or you're dating above your league. Shoot, because you can catch on and learn things. Everybody from a different walk of life. You got to be open to knowing everything, not going to be comfortable. Exactly. So that's why you got to date different people. You can't just date somebody who always seems like the fun type all the time. And they could be, and now you want to find somebody that's probably, still fun, but also in the fun atmosphere, they know how to continue to be cordial and how to handle themselves and how to control themselves. All right. Another way to know if you dating above your league is when you're trying to be reasonable. Have you seen normal tabloids, and you seen where people are going through regular rough relationship breakups and other things, where, and these are famous people, and they trying to hold it together? That's not always cool, because in with that turning point, you're trying to think, okay, they're on the same level. They have the same ideal spotlight. They have the kind of some of the same things that they're doing in life. They don't have anything to be scared or nervous about. That's what they're thinking. But in the end, you're gonna see exactly how a person is when you start dating them. And like Don said, people have different walks of life. So you may think that when you get over there or start dealing with this person, that they're supposed to act the same way as you because y'all have similar walks in life. But that doesn't mean that person is just so contingent upon how their walk is given to them or presented to them. They can be contingent upon growth outside of that, or they're building different things outside of that. So you can't be so focused on what you think you see in that person and what that person presents to you. So be reasonable. Another thing is if you dealing with somebody who has any insecurities, that's dating one-on-one is, don't do that, because you have to, then that person is below your your league. If they have insecurities and they're bringing them to you, that's a below your league tactic. In hell, nah, that's a below your league tactic. You're not going to have and poise your insecurities on me and think that I'm supposed to take those in, suck those in, and just make those mine. No, 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 no. So these are here are other things to know, other things that we want to share, that I want to share with you, that lets you know that you're okay with where you are and how you're dating. You knowing that self-awareness is key. Knowing your own worth is the first step to finding someone who will appreciate you. So if you know who you are, who you're dealing with, you good. If you're aware so much of who you are that you don't have to change who you are or try to be something different in that time, you good. You good. Knowing who you are. There's so many people who pretend to. That's why they're stuck in either BS situations or they're just single because they don't have a choice. Because a lot of single people are single because they do have a choice. They just don't want to be tied down. But then you got the other people who's single because they don't have a damn choice but to be single. Ways to change that is knowing who you are, self-awareness. These are things that we're trying to do to make sure that you even date in your league. Leagues are real. People have actually created these things because they feel that these are important to them. You have to have certain criteria to fit into certain elements and certain groups in people's lives. And they're not, people not joking. I did not know before that in certain countries, your class of monies depending on what type of friends you gonna have. Telling you. Shift your focus. Instead of focusing on the specified qualities like looks or wealth, consider more meaningless traits like compatibility, shared interest. These are things you need to pay attention to so that you're not getting caught up in the features. If you so in depth in the features, you need to have somebody come in and key into you why you really even want to deal with this man or this woman. Because we're not finna deal with nothing when you go into this relationship, have this person thinking that this shit finna be all this and all that, and then you turn around and you do some bullshit just because you didn't know how to shift your focus and learn other things about that person. I think people have to be one of the slowest people around if you're not paying attention to what makes your partner happy or not happy. You gotta be slow. You got to be slow. I don't know what else to call it. And I don't want to come up with another word. I want to use slow. You got to be slow because you're not paying attention. No, you slow. You come on. Like, how do you not maintain a feature of something outside of features with a person who you say you're building with? That's weird. Challenge your beliefs. Take a hard look at your belief system and the assumptions you hold about dating and relationships. Are they based on facts or more social programming? Actively challenge these thoughts and replace them with empowering beliefs. Change your thoughts, change your mindset. That's a real thing. Changing your thoughts will definitely shift and make your mindset different. Be authentic. Pretending to be someone you are not is a surefire way to attract the wrong people. Being fucking go. Bingo. Being someone you're not. That's even in the dating stages when you're coming off to them and you're telling them certain things and you know that you ain't doing this, you know that you ain't doing that. But when you come and meet them and they can see all over your face that you ain't got none of that shit going on, you won't hear from them again. And you'll be thinking to yourself, why? But you're gonna already know why. You're gonna already know why, bro. I promise you. And thank you, thank you. Thank you, bro. You're gonna already know why. You gotta be authentic, be yourself. And that wrong mentality and that wrong thing that you're presenting to them is going to have them focus on who they think you are. And then when you start shifting into who you really are, it's gonna either make them leave because they're not ready for that bullshit, or they're just going to not even want to fuck with you no more. And last but not least, take risks. Love is not for the faint of hearted. If you never take a risk, you'll never know what you could have, what could have been. Sometimes you must step out of your comfort zone and take a chance. And who knows, you might just end up with someone you thought was out of your league. Because you're doing the things that's in their league. A person born into wealth and born into greatness is totally different than a person who established it. So a person who's born into it, they're not, that's just their lifestyle. They've been doing that. They've been living like that. So when they um used to going to gas stations, filling up every time, or going out to eat lunch for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day, or have chauffeurs, or have nannies, or have whatever. That's something they're used to because they've been groomed into that. But a person who has to go out there and make those millions happen is a totally different person. They're going to be still probably just as spoiled, but it's a different right to it. They're speaking on it, and I had to get it this way versus this way and this way. They're talking about it differently. So you want to step outside of your comfort zone and date people like that. You want to date people that's that have created their wealth, not just the ones that it was given to. That seems easier to do it that way. But when you're talking to somebody who is a creator and you have a content creator situation going on, you definitely want to lean more over this way. You definitely do. So they not in your league all the time is not a negative thing. They not in your league sometimes could be simply way more reassuring. And at some point it's no longer gonna be out of your league if you actually doing what the hell you supposed to be doing in that situation. If you doing what you're supposed to be doing, I'm telling you, you could change a stat, you could change a person's status quick, or they could change yours quicker. If you sit up there doing what you're supposed to be doing, but y'all be playing. Y'all be playing. Y'all be dropping the ball. Y'all be dropping the ball. You can't drop the ball on these people who already know and feel what they got and who they are. You cannot drop the ball on them. Mm-mm. You cannot. You cannot drop the ball on them. You gotta start being way more conscientious of what's in front of your face and paying attention to things that can either make you grow or things that can either make you falter. And somewhere in between are the things you're missing out on. You gotta make a decision. Oh man, because the out of your league stories is that what we've been looking at today. I looked online to see that they said people who are dating out of their league, right? And what's your man that got Drea pregnant? They said he was dating out of his league. He was way too young. He didn't have anything to offer her but the money. So that's why she came up. Y'all, true or false? Did he date out of his league or did she date out of her league with that one? With the Drea situation. The same thing with the Portia and her husband thing. Are these people dating out of their leagues or are these people just dating stupid? Because I don't know. I don't really be seeing that stuff like that be out of your league to me. I be like, that just sounds stupid to me. Is the Keisha Cole Huncho situation dating in or out of their league? Who in that situation dating in or out of their league? Because is there a league to even feel like should be entered into that situation? So, like, seriously, where do we feel like even since so many people remember their lives based on what they think celebrities should be doing or reality stars should be doing or are doing, how do you shift that to make that more your focus and not get caught up in that? Because I feel like you got to be real easy to get caught up in some type of BS like that. Like I just can't think of that of being like that's a normality. Oh, I should think that I should be living like that and I ain't got shit going on like that. But I think that it should just be for me too. Ooh, wish upon a star. But they do it. They go right there and place themselves in a certain spot in Hollywood or in the new Hollywood, which is Atlanta, and make themselves known and seen. They do it. So y'all got to be careful. Because and there be people, normal people like that, that's trying to give you advice on how to make it. Be careful now. I'm just telling you. You end up they not your league and dead. But definitely end up taking dead not your league and be dead trying to do it that way. But on a serious note, if you're going to do any dating and you feel like it's above, I mean, out of your league, make sure it's somewhere above your league. Don't waste your time with going backwards. Don't waste your time with feeling like you're supposed to be a person's helpmate. Don't waste your time feeling like you got to be trying to lift the person up all the time and you have to be the bigger person or you got to be the carrier with finances and all of that. If the person ain't on your level and they can't bring to the table what you bring to the table or more, or if not, that might not be somebody who in your league. They might be below it. So don't put yourself in a situation to where you're dealing with that. And now you can't even go up further because they pulling you down. Let's be honest. It happens. It happens every day. Date. If you're going to date out of your league, date above your league. I mean it. And I mean everything about that. And I'm not condoning anything. I'm just saying that if you're going to do any dating, make sure it's somewhere above your league. Okay. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in today. Y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all have a wonderful evening. And never ever forget, been there, done that. Correct. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing stupid shit like that no more. We're not pulling you up by your bootstraps anymore. Everybody is coming prepared and equipped. If not, then boom, drop your ass. Simple as that. Okay. So touche. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I will see y'all next Wednesday. It's been an absolute blast sitting and chilling with y'all as always. Y'all have a wonderful night. Eat something good. See y'all next week. Peace. Mm-mm.